Hello everybody and welcome to another Senate prediction video. So recently I was scrolling through X and found a bunch of new Senate polls, and we're going to be going over them today. And that's going to be the first part of the video. The second part of the video is just me doing an overall summary of the Montana Senate race, because a couple people have asked for that already. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's go to our first poll. This is a Montana Senate poll. This is extremely shocking. I haven't seen one with Tester up in a long time. And it's Tester up by 5%, which is pretty crazy. So, my real prediction for Montana is a lean or tilt Republican. This poll would have it lean Democrat. But I'm actually first going to take the time to fill out all of these other states. Let's do that. I actually have Maryland likely. I'll probably go over that in a sec as well. Sorry, not Montana. Oh yeah, I want to talk about the Nebraska Senate race in a sec as well. Alright. So, this is the map right now. I can go over New Mexico, Virginia, Maryland after. But let's focus on the poll. So, we're going to come back to Montana at the end of the video. So, if you don't care about any of the other states, you can skip right now to Montana. Yeah. This Nebraska poll. We go to Senate. President's not important. Trump is up by 17. This is kind of important. Nebraska's second presidential. Harris is up by 5. And also Don Bacon, he is losing in this poll. But this is an important poll because it is the first non-internal poll conducted in the Nebraska Senate race. Because all of the other polls before this, they were internal, which means they were sponsored by a candidate or a sponsor of a candidate, or it was like a sponsor that backed the candidate. And Deb Fischer, the incumbent Republican, only leads the independent who has been endorsed by the Nebraska Democratic Party, Daniel Osborne, by 1 percentage point. Obviously, I don't think that Deb Fischer is only going to win by 1 percentage point, but I am actually going to move a safe Nebraska, which I thought was going to be won by like 14 to 13%, to like around 6% in the likely margins. Also, if you want some more insight on Dan Osborne, he's basically a labor union leader and pretty liked by the community. Alright, now let's go to our next poll. It's going to take some time to load. Arizona and Nevada poll. Ruben Gallego leads Cary Lake by 4%. And Jackie Rosen, the incumbent, I thought Nebraska was going to be close, but that is not true. Jackie Rosen leads Sam Brown by 10%. Absolutely crazy. 10%. That is a likely margin in Nevada. So, Nevada isn't that far off from being likely. But I do put both of these in lean. Arizona, according to this poll, is already in lean. I'll put Nevada in lean. It's only a couple points off from lean anyway, and I feel like 10% is kind of crazy. Okay, let's go to our next poll. This is a Florida poll. Trump leads Kamala Harris in Florida by 7%. That is not important for this video, but I was kind of estimating Trump winning by around 8% in Florida. Well, that's nice. But Rick Scott, the incumbent Republican senator, leads Democrat Marie Murkessel Powell by 7%. Sorry for my alarm there. But that's quite interesting because some other Florida polls show Scott up by like 4%. I'm pretty sure the average on Real Clear polling, he's only leaning by 6.5%. I know how Democrats always say that Florida is gonna flip, and it ends up not flipping. I think it's gonna be one of those years, and I don't see Florida flipping. Sure, McCaskill Pound can run a good campaign. I mean, if we go over to Jackson Judes, in 2018, Scott beat Bill Nelson by only 0.12%, only 10,000 votes. And Florida has become more red, so yeah. And I'm pretty. Wait. Let me open that again. Yeah, Bill Nelson was an incumbent, so yeah, I don't think Rick Scott's losing his seat. All right, so let's go to the next poll. Uh, this one. Another Arizona Senate poll. Instead of showing Gallego up by 4, it shows him up by 7. But that's not the important part of this poll. It's the rest of this poll. I'll show you in a sec. So among independents, which is probably one of the most important voter groups, and not just in Arizona but in the country, Ruben Gallego leads among them by 17. I just think that they see Kari Lake as too extreme, and maybe the Mark Lamb voters even went to Ruben Gallego. And here's the net favorabilities. Gallego is up by 14. Lake is down by 13. That is 27 net difference. Yeah, here's favorable to unfavorable ratings among Arizona independents once again. Gallego up by 18. Lake down by 28. See, they really think that Kari Lake is quite extreme. And yet, Gallego is only leading by 7%. Yeah, among Republicans, Gallego has 10%. Lake has 81%. Among Democrats, Gallego gets twice as much of Republicans than Lake gets of Democrats. And here among independents. Most independents are undecided right now, and that could flip the election. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep Arizona like that. I think this is our final. No, we have 2 more polls. This is basically a bunch of Rust Belt polls. Oh yeah, I actually do need another Rust Belt poll for my video, my presidential video. But let's just look at the Senate right now. Yeah, Michigan Senate. This one's getting really close. Like a couple months ago, I was predicting Michigan would be the closest besides Ohio and Montana. Now, like a couple weeks ago, I was predicting Nevada was going to be the closest. Now I'm once again reinstating Michigan to that title. These polls are extremely close, but the pollster is Republican. So I probably shouldn't be using this poll, but Harris leads by 4% in Wisconsin, but let's not talk about that. And Tammy Baldwin does expand on her victory, 5%. I do not think that Bob Casey is only going to win by 3%. I do not feel like Slotkin's going to lose or get tied. So let's head over to the Rust Belt right now. Pennsylvania is likely. Wisconsin is lean. Michigan is lean. Wait, do we not have a Texas poll? Okay, whatever. So let's head over to our final poll. This poll is very close to Wisconsin Senate. Tammy Baldwin only leads by 1%. Arizona, Gallego leads by 7. Casey leads by 4 in Pennsylvania. Slotkin, okay, leads by 6% in Michigan. And Jackie Rosen once again leads by 10% in Nevada. And this isn't part of the video, but in North Carolina, the governor, Josh Stein leads by 6%. We're left with 3 states. I'm gonna just do Ohio first. I'm putting in tilt. It's gonna be under 1%. I know polls show like Brown up by 6, up by 5, up by 4. Let me head over here. Brown won by 6.8 here. If I can find polling. Give me a second. Yeah. Look at all these polls. I don't feel like a single poll underestimated Brown. And yeah, I know polls aren't the same as 2016. Polls aren't the same as 2018. Polls aren't the same as 2020. But you can still reference on that. And I'm putting Ohio under 1%. Now let's go to Texas. I have a lean Republican. There was a poll with Colin Allred only leading by 2%. Sorry, Ted Cruz only leading by 2% against Colin Allred, which is extremely shocking. I think we kind of moved on from that. Colin Allred, he's running a much more passive campaign than Beto O'Rourke did in 2018, and that could cost him to win. Or he's definitely going to get closer, because Texas in 2018, Cruz beat O'Rourke by a mild margin of 2.6%. Obviously not a lot, but still around 200,000 votes. But basically, I feel like Colin Allred, if he keeps running this campaign, polls keep showing it being closer and closer. I give him a 20% chance of winning it right now. Not a lot. Now let's head over to the final say of Montana. Montana, I said I'm going to do a quick summary. So, first we're just going to go over the Jackson Jutes. Montana. Jon Tester beat Matt Rosengren by 46.78%. By 3.6% to his 46.8%. You could make the argument it was because the Libertarian candidate in this race took so much of the votes from Rosendale that still wouldn't have caused him to win. He's like leading in basically 90% of polls. I don't really see a Tester path to victory anymore. Tim Sheehy is kind of just an OP candidate. I mean, he's not scandalous at all. Pretty new to the political arena. Yeah, I mean, Tester can't really be doing anything about it. He's just going to watch his campaign go downhill. Yeah, that's my quick summary of Montana. I have it lean Republican right now. So yeah, that is the end of today's video, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe.